So I am here today because I really want to film my current favorites. I have not posted a favorites video on this channel yet, and I just wanted to share the products that I have been using lately and the things that I've been gravitating towards. I have a lot of favorites that I want to share with you guys. My beauty blender, it's used and I have to clean it, of course, but it's so good, especially for those of you that have dry skin. Now, I have extremely dry skin. Like in the winter, it's a battle, and I'm still battling with it like every day. I'm always trying different things to try to figure out what will help with my dry patches. Apply makeup a lot nicer on top of my dry patches versus like a brush. And lately I'm so lazy, I just like go in with a brush because it's so easy. And crunch time, having a baby, it's just so difficult to use a beauty blender. But when I do use a beauty blender, I'm just like, oh my god, it helps with the dry patches because you can't really see them with a beauty blender. So I love this for so many reasons. My first concealer that I want to mention is my all-time favorite. It's the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I am in shade 10 Light. I can use this as an all-over face like foundation on days that I am in a rush and I don't know what kind of foundation I should be wearing on a daily basis. So this one, you can see it's like almost out. It's practically done. I do have another one, but this one, I mean, I've repurchased this so many times, but I just love it. It's more of a medium to full coverage concealer, but I love this. This is like great for every day, and I will always repurchase it. Another one, this is great for the eyes. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. This I've recommended to my family and friends, and I love it so much. I am in shade Light, and I use this under the eyes. This is just the easiest under eye concealer ever, and it's a very like light consistency that you can blend with your fingers, with a brush. A lot of people don't like this little sponge, but I love it. And I think that's what makes the product so good, because the sponge puts just the perfect amount of product on your eyes. Now it's a twist up and you can always add more, but the way that it disperses on the eye or on the face, it just is so nice, and I just love it so much. So I've also repurchased this a million times, and I just love it so much because it's a very light consistency, but then it also covers what you need. It's not thick at all, and it just does the job. Another concealer that I love for under eye is the Studio Finish Concealer by MAC. Now this is in NW15, and this is what I have under the eyes right now. This is my go-to concealer, but only with a beauty blender. The reason why I say that is because it's, you know, it's a cream concealer. If you put it under the eye with a sponge or something like that, you really have to work with it. And the only way I find that would be like not creasing is if you use your fingers to kind of warm up the product after. So anytime my beauty blender is wet, I use this, and I love it. Like, I have the urge to use this concealer under the eye because it's so good. This is like my go-to brightening under eye concealer. It conceals, but it also brightens, and that's what I love about it. It's just really, really good, especially when I'm doing like a full face of makeup. It's just really, really good, and I'm always gonna repurchase this. This is my first one, but you know, a little bit goes a long way with this, and I love it so much. Next, I want to share a brush with you guys before I forget about it. This is a very dirty brush, so excuse me, but this is the Sephora VIB Rouge brush, and it's actually just one of the Sephora foundation brushes, but this is a mini version of them. It's a mini. You get it when, I don't know if they're still doing this, if they're still giving these away, but when you become a VIB Rouge. And this brush is a foundation brush. And I love to use it, not necessarily for foundation, but kind of, I don't even know what you call it. It's not even a touch-up. So after I do my foundation, I will do the rest of my face. I'll do my eyes, my brows, and before I leave, I go back in and just make sure that nothing has creased. So I like to take this brush and kind of just run it through my crease lines. Anywhere where I feel like I usually am creasing, I will just take this brush and make sure that I'm not creasing. So it kind of takes off the excess product of, you know, my crease lines, because, you know, when you go in with product there, you want everything to be even, but then you also don't want too much product. So I will go in with this brush to kind of blend it out and kind of take off any of the excess product that is creasing on my face. So I just love that because this brush is usually clean. It doesn't have like a lot of foundation on it, so I can go in with it and try to remove what I don't need, what is not necessary. So it's just really good, and it's a really nice travel brush. So I have 3 highlighters that I've been obsessing over, and I've been gravitating towards them on a daily basis. So this one I would put on if it's just an everyday look. I'm not going glam, I'm not doing full face, I just want to look put together. This is the Laura Geller highlighter, the baked highlighter in Portofino, and it's a mini one that I got, I don't know, maybe from Ulta a long time ago. It's just so pretty. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Come on. And it looks really good on people with like more fair skin. I would say if you're a medium skin tone, you could probably still pull this off. It's just so beautiful and it just looks very natural. I usually take a very, very fluffy fan brush like this one by Coastal Scents, and I will just swirl it on the brush, and then I'll just swirl it in a circle. So I'll swirl it in a circle right here, so it kind of hits the high points of my cheek, my brow bone. My other favorite highlighter is Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Now everybody knows what this looks like. It's more of that champagne color highlighter, and it's just so beautiful. I swatched it right here. So as you can see, the Laura Geller one is a lot more of that frosty color, and this one's more of a champagne. Very, very beautiful. You can definitely use this as like a inner corner highlight or also like a eyeshadow. Beautiful. Now my other favorite, and I would say this is like the strawberry topping on a cake. It is Stunner by Tarte. It's their 12-hour highlighter. I just have a mini one, but this is so amazing, and it even smells good. I don't know why it smells good. It doesn't need to smell good, but it just smells good. And it's that one right here. Like, it is just so beautiful. Like, that goes on top of these ones. Like, sometimes I will put all 3 of them on, and oh my god, that's like when I really want to beam, but it's just so beautiful. And today I actually have these 2 on, so I put the Laura Geller one on first as more of like a, you know, natural everyday, and then I put this as a topper on the cheeks, so you could probably see it right here. But I love this Tarte highlighter. It's just so amazing, and it's probably one of the most like beaming highlights that I have. So I love it. I am obsessed with liquid lipsticks, but I also am obsessed with lip liners, and I love the more of a muted lip or more of like that mauve-y brown. It just screams to me. It looks like my lips but better. It gives me some color, but it's not like so bam in your face. I mean, sometimes I really want that, but right now that I'm a mom, and like before when I was pregnant, I was working every day, I would not be able to ever wear those Vambi lips. And when I did, it was like when we were going out to eat or to the movies, and there would always be eating involved, and I was never able to wear it because it comes off and it doesn't come off nicely, versus like these lip colors, if they fade, they kind of fade right into my lips, so I don't have to worry about it. So these are like my everyday go-to. Even when I'm like full face makeup like today, I still go to these lip colors because they just fade so nicely on the lips. So I'm gonna start with my favorite lip liner ever. Now, I love ColourPop lip liners, but there's not one go-to shade. All of them are really nice. Like the formulation on ColourPop, did I say CoverGirl? ColourPop liners are so amazing, but I don't have a go-to. Now, MAC's lip liners are also very, very nice, and my favorite would be Whirl. I'm sure you guys all know this, but Whirl is just a beautiful color. I can wear it by itself, and I can wear it under liquid lipsticks or lipsticks. I have it on today under some products that I'll show you in a bit, but that is Whirl, and I just love it. I have like 2 or 3, one in my pouch that I showed you guys earlier, one on my vanity, and I'm pretty sure I have one in a purse. But I love Whirl. I just always gravitate towards it because it just goes underneath everything so well. This is a liquid lipstick that I've been wearing all the time when I was pregnant. Not so much anymore, but this is Rebel Rose, and this is the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit by Wet n Wild. Now these are like $4.99, and this is more of like a pinky shade, and I just loved it on top of Whirl. I mean, you change the lip liner and your lip color will be like a little different. So this is more of like a mauve pink, but I loved wearing this every day. All I did was like a wing liner with lashes, some concealer, bronzer, blush, and then these two combo on the lips, and I'm ready to go to work. And I just love, love, love that color. It's more of like that kind of dusty rose. Now the other liquid lipstick that I love, and I love her, they're probably my favorite liquid lipstick consistency. This is the Lolita by Kat Von D, and I wear this all the time, literally all the time. Like I always go back to it, and I don't know, it's just so good, you guys. Like if you don't already have Lolita, you need to buy Lolita. Like, oh my god, my sister loves it too. I have like 2 Lolitas, 2 or 3 Lolitas, and you know they're like $20 each. So that's Lolita right here. It's so beautiful. If you do a sheer wash of Lolita, it's more of a light, like I would say rosy, burnt rose color. But if you do it, like if you pile on the liquid lipstick, it's gonna be more of a deep, like beautiful color, and I just love it because you can play with that. But it's also a color that fits everybody. Like when I was working at Sephora, I told everybody about Lolita, and it looked good on everybody, like literally everybody. And so I just feel like Lolita is just so amazing. These are my go-to lipsticks. When I don't know what to wear, I'm always gravitating towards these, and these always go on top of Whirl, of course. I never wear it by themselves. So today I actually have Whirl and both of these lipsticks on. Velvet Teddy. Everybody loves Velvet Teddy. But I think that if you pair Velvet Teddy with Whirl, it's just so amazing. So that is Velvet Teddy right there. That's a lipstick, and I probably should show you guys what it looks like in the tube, but it's just a very nice color, and I just love it so much. Like I think everybody owns Velvet Teddy, but it's kind of more of like an orange but mauve, and I just love it because it kind of falls in with everything else that I wear. But this next one is 1993. It's a lipstick by Urban Decay, and I probably got this for like $11 or something when they had it on sale. But it's more of like a brown. brown mauve color. I'm really horrible at describing colors, so please just look at it and, you know, you could probably describe it yourself. But, you know, it's just so pretty and it just falls in with all the other colors that I love. So usually what I do with this is so what I do on a daily basis, or when I do wear these lip combos, I'll put this all over the lips, swirl, and then I will place like a lipstick such as Velvet Teddy all over the lips. And then I will just take the 1993 and I will dab on the lips so that the outer is kind of more deep and then it kind of like fades. Not necessarily ombre because it's not all that like bold as an ombre, but it's just more of a faded lip color, and it just looks very nice because it kind of gives me not a fuller lip but a more defined lip, and I just love that. I just love how it also fades, because when it does fade, it's usually fading in the inner part of my lips, and then you can just, you know, see my real lip color, and my lipstick and lip liner and everything else is still on the outside, and it just looks very nice. Very natural, I would say, even though it's not, you know, it's all makeup, thanks to makeup. Next is my favorite liquid liner. Now, I've been using this ever since I started working at Sephora, and that was like 2 years ago. So I love this so much. Great for wing liners, great for just like lining the lash line in order for you to put like lashes on. Now, when I, like a day like today where I didn't want to do a wing, I will still line my lash line, because when I wear falsies, I hate seeing the falsies band. A lot of the bands nowadays are so thick that I can't just not wear any liner, because I don't have a lot of lashes to kind of hide that lash band. So I will still go in with this. Now, this is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Now, this is the brush tip, not the felt tip. The felt tip I don't care for too much. The reason why I love this one is because it is so fine. The tip is so fine that you can get the perfect wing, and it is so sharp. And when I worked at Sephora, everybody wanted me to do their wing liner. My coworkers, everybody that came in, like if my coworker knew that somebody wanted to get their wing done, they would tell me to do it. It was just, there was one day where I was doing literally everybody's wing liner. I have been loving this They're Real Tinted Primer by Benefit. Now, this is the just the primer, the mascara primer. This comes in brown only, and I love it because what it does is it really like just separates the lashes and makes them longer, and then I will go in with whatever mascara after, and that will kind of make it very dark and even elongate the lashes even more. Blah, blah, blah. Wow. It'll just elongate the lashes even more. So I love this product because it is a great lash primer. You can definitely wear it as just like a mascara by itself, but it is brown, and it's a different formula than the They're Real mascara because obviously it's a tinted primer, but I love this. This is really good, and I did get it as gratis, but I still love it. This is the Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia, and I got a small one in a travel size, and I loved it, and so I did buy the big one, and it's just clear. It doesn't make my lash or my brows feel like super stiff, but it does like put them in place. I just love this so much. It's a really good bronzer. It just blends very well. It looks very light. You can wear it all by itself, or you can even like contour with it, but I usually just bronze with it. I use like my big Equal tools and just bronze all over the face, and it just looks so good. But I haven't found anything else that I love as much as this. Now, the next product that I'm going to show you is the Smashbox Step-by-Step Contour Palette. This I've already shown in another video, but it's one of the 500 point perks that I got from Sephora, and it is this right here. Now, this shade here is for contouring, that's for bronzing, and this is for highlighting. And that's exactly what I use it for. Now, this, I would say, is more for contour because it's got that gray tone. Now, when there's anything that has more of a gray tone, it's more for contouring because the shadows of your face is more gray, right? So, I love to use the contour more than I do the bronze because I like to use this as my bronzer and then this as my contour. I will like to use this highlight shade to kind of just, not necessarily bake, but I'll put like a very light powder right here of this highlight just to kind of help define, and that's only for days when I was very sloppy. But I also like to use this shade as like an all over wash of color on my eyelids because I will put foundation on it and then I just need to set it so it doesn't crease with some powder, and this is just like a powder that's available, so I use it. So I use all of the shades in this palette and I just love it so much. So if you ever like come across this in the 500 point perk, like if they ever do that again, you need to get this. It's so good. So my favorite lash glue right now is the Duo Lash Glue, and this is the one with the wand. Now, it is just so easy to apply, and of course you just have to wait like, you know, 10-15 seconds for it to kind of get tacky before you put it on. But this is very affordable. You can find it everywhere, like all the drugstores, anywhere you can find it. And I carry one in my pouch and then I have one on my vanity. I loved the House of Lashes lash glue, but that one gets so goopy. This one does too, but this one lasts a lot longer than the House of Lashes one. The House of Lashes one as well, it's very hard to get off of the skin. This one, it's a lot easier to get off. So I would say I would rather choose this one because that other one, oh my God, I could not take it off. Even though it was a really like good glue, it's just so good that it won't come off. So anyway, my favorite moisturizers right now is the Belif, the True Cream Moisturizing Balm, and this is a Korean brand. It is actually the top moisturizer in Korea right now, or the best moisturizer in Korea right now. It is a very like thin consistency, but it's very hydrating. So I'm almost done, but it just like, I don't even know where to apply this, but it's just so hydrating and you only need like the littlest amount of product and it just goes on so well. You can use it under makeup, you can sometimes like if I'm really dry, I will just take a little dab and even like kind of moisturize on top of my dry patches. But it's just a really good moisturizer and it just goes on very smooth and flawlessly. It goes on very nicely, but it also makes your skin feel very smooth and flawless. The other moisturizer that I love is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Now I use this on my body and my face, and some people think it's very thick, but it's actually not. It is very thin in consistency, but it is ultra hydrating. Or intense hydration like it says right on the bottle. But it is just so good. If you have not tried this, I would buy those like little ones that are like $12. It's also paraben free and there's no fragrance, which is also really great. I just really don't care for the fragrance. I mean, it's just a moisturizer. Why do I need to smell good, right? So anyways, it's just really good, especially for those with eczema and rosacea and super dry skin like me. This is one foundation that I used a lot when I was still working at Sephora when I was pregnant, and then I just started using it again and I realized why I love it so much. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I did buy it before I left so I could utilize my discount, but I am in shade Vanilla, and this is just a really great foundation. You can sheer it out, you can wear it to its full capacity, which is full coverage. I usually like to sheer it out just because right now I'm so dry, but during like the spring, summer, I am wearing it as my full coverage foundation. This is probably the most full coverage foundation that I wear. I know there's like the Kat Von D and all that, but that's just too thick for me. This would be probably the most full coverage I would wear, and some people don't even think this is full coverage, but it's a really good foundation because it's also got coconut water in there, so it's also hydrating, which is what I need. It's oil free. It just makes your skin look very skin-like, and it just looks very natural. So when I want to go for that flawless look, this is what I'm using. When I want to go on those days where I just want to do a little bit here and there, don't want to wear too much product, I want it to be very sheer, then I would go with my MAC Face and Body. This is in shade N2, and I'm like halfway through this bottle. I actually bought it at a CCO, a cosmetic outlet store, and it was, I think they have like 10% off there or something like that, but I love this so much. It just evens out your skin tone and it looks like your skin because it's so sheer. It's just such a good product. I love this and I will always repurchase this. It's just so good. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about fragrance. Now, I never talk about fragrance because I'm not really a fragrance girl, although since I've been with my husband, and working at Sephora, I've tried a few here and there. This is Pacifica's Tuscan Blood Orange perfume. Excuse me. So it looks like this, and my husband actually bought it for me at Whole Foods. I think they still carry this brand at Ulta. I just don't know. I've never seen them have the full bottle of the spray perfume, but they have the roller ball for sure. And it was this one and something else that had grapefruit in it, but I love the smell of grapefruit. And this one, to me, even though it says blood orange, I feel like it has that grapefruit smell in there, and it's just so good. So good. I love it so much. It's more of that citrus smell, and I think that's what I like more. I don't like very sweet smells. I like more citrus. The next one is Versace's fragrance. This one here. I love this so much. It's also another more citrus smell, and I don't know, I just love it so much. My husband actually bought this for me, but when I was working at Sephora, I liked this a lot, and I would spray this on me as well. And there were a few others that I really liked, but I would say, excuse me, on a daily basis, I would be spraying one of these two, if not mixing them together, and I love it. Anyways, my baby is up. I am done filming. This was a very long favorites video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.